Before you watch this video, I highly recommend you watch the first episode. It gives general advice about the game that everybody needs, no matter what class you play. Watched it? Cool. Onto the video. So you've decided to play Soldier. Good choice. Soldier is a rocket jumping, shovel wielding American patriot with little regard for his own health. With the ability to rocket jump and put out large amounts of damage, it's easy to see why Soldier is one of the most mained classes in TF2. In this video, we'll be going over these topics: about the Soldier, his role in the team, his counters, positioning, and his weapons. Though he desperately wanted to fight in World War II, the Soldier was rejected from every branch of the US military. Undaunted, he bought his own ticket to Europe. After arriving and finally locating Poland, the Soldier taught himself how to load and fire a variety of weapons before embarking on a Nazi killing spree, for which he was awarded several medals that he designed and made himself. His rampage ended immediately upon hearing about the end of the war in 1949. Soldier is the second class in the line of the Mercs. He sits at 200 base health and is 22% slower than the average speed. This makes him the second slowest class in the game, but this doesn't mean he's not mobile. To make up for his speed, Soldier has the ability to rocket jump by blowing up his fucking legs, propelling him into the sky. To rocket jump, walk forward, look behind you, crouch, jump, and shoot all at the same time. Once you've taken off, stop holding W. I know that was really confusing, but practice is the best way to learn rocket jumping. It's one of the most complex things in the game, and if you get really good at it, you can do things like this. And that's not even a great example of the peaks you can go to with rocket jumping. Look at competitive rollouts. So what is your role in the team as a Soldier player? Well, let's have a look at this chart that we used in the last video. Let's go through each group. Pick classes won't be getting mad multi-kills or damage output. They're meant to be one person at a time, mainly high priority targets like medics or snipers. Power classes are the ones who will be putting out a lot of damage. They'll normally be getting large multi-kills and be up at the front line the longest. And support classes are the ones who keep everybody safe, whether it be through healing, reflecting projectiles, or area denial. So if we look here, Soldier is in between pick and power. This means that Soldier is basically good for any situation. Defending a point, bomb him. Pushing up, bomb him. Tactical nuke! Seriously, he is so versatile. That's why he's the most main class in the game. So if you're wondering what to do as Soldier, you can basically take any role: attack, defense, support, I guess. Positioning is where you should be positioned during fights. For Soldier, he has a few options. He can be positioned right at the front lines to stop people pushing through. He can also use his extra mobility to flank behind the enemy. Okay, let me give you an example. Let's say you're on Badwater. You're on the defendant's side and the front line is around here. So that's where most of the high damage classes are fighting. So you can fight around there, or you can flank the enemy by going around the cliff, under the tunnel, or over the rocks. You can get a few kills, and then once you're low on health, you can rocket jump out of there. A counter is a matchup between two classes in which one side has an advantage due to their class or weapon. An example of this is Sniper. Sniper counters Heavy. Since Heavy's so slow, he's an easy target for snipers. And although it's not impossible for a Heavy to kill a Sniper, if both were the only players on a server, it's more than likely the Sniper would come out on top. Now that you know what a counter is, let's go over who Soldier counters and who counters Soldier. Soldier is the most well-rounded class in the entire game. This means Soldier doesn't actually hard counter anybody, which basically means he doesn't have an overall large advantage over any class. He does, however, soft counter a few classes, the main ones being engineers and medics. Your rockets are perfect for hitting NG's stationary buildings. A level 3 sentry can be taken down from a safe distance with about 3 rockets. Engineers' dispensers also tend to have a lot of people around them, making them easy to barrage with rockets. Medics are also the most vulnerable class in the game, as well as the most important role in the team. So your extra mobility as Soldier makes it easy to reach the medic and kill them. Just make sure you know where you are before you go jumping in. Again, being one of the most well-rounded characters, Soldier only gets countered by one class, Pyro. Pyro's air blast gives them the ability to reflect projectiles, which includes arrows, pipes, and your rockets. Now you have a shotgun for your secondary weapon, you can fight them off with that, but if you don't, and the Pyro is competent, then you have a very slim chance of winning the fight. If you go into a battle with a Pyro without having your shotgun equipped, here's some things that might help you with your chances of survival. Shoot the first rocket in front of the Pyro so that it doesn't actually hit. Then, once the Pyro instinctively air blasts, shoot the second one at the Pyro. Repeat this until someone comes along that can kill the Pyro, or you kill the Pyro yourself. Here's some weapons I'll tell you to look out for from random drops. By the way, just because you get a new weapon for a class doesn't mean they're better than the old ones. Sometimes that's far from the truth. This was actually really hard to pick because Soldier doesn't really have that many bad weapons. All of them are really good side grades. A side grade is a weapon that isn't better or worse than stock weapons. Soldier's stock weapons are his rocket launcher, his shotgun, and his shovel. For your primary weapons, I'd look out for the rocket jumper, a no damage rocket launcher that helps you practice your rocket jumps, and the black box, a weapon that gives you health back for when you damage an enemy, for the trade-off of a smaller clip size. For your secondary, I'd look for the panic attack, a quick switch shotgun with a fixed bullet pattern, which is good for fighting Pyros and scouts. The battalion's backup, a backpack item that charges through the amount of damage you put out. Once it's fully charged, you blow your horn and all the friendly players around you get a 35% damage resistance, full critical hit resistance, and 50% sentry resistance. And the gunboats, a weapon that decreases the damage you take from rocket jumping by 60%. And finally, for melee weapons. The one I personally use is the escape plan, a melee weapon that makes you more vulnerable to hits while active, however increases your speed the lower health you are. And the market gardener, a weapon that gives guaranteed critical hits while rocket jumping. This is one of the most used soldier melees. This is normally paired with the rocket jumper to make a subclass, the Trollger. The Trollger will fly around the map using a rocket jumper and get killed solely using the market gardener. And with that, that's all you need to know about Soldier. Soldier is one of the best classes. He's easy to learn, hard to master, but if you stick with him and keep practicing, you can become one of the best.